How you doing? It is Monday, and that means that it is Ask the Doctor show tonight. Yay! And you guys have had me busy this week, so we have a lot of stuff to talk about. I hope everybody had a great weekend, and I hope that you were all able to spend time or hear from your children if they don't live with you any longer. One of mine doesn't live with me anymore. The other one is probably on her way out here shortly, so I get it. Mother's Day gets a little more complicated. Let me make sure I'm up on my streams here, and hopefully my comments are back up and working on YouTube tonight. I don't know what happened last week, but I wasn't able to see any comments. So hopefully, and it looks like it's behaving tonight, so yay. All right, let's see here. Let me go down and grab there it is. Okay, come on. Okay. Next, Elizabeth. YouTube's working tonight. All right, so let's see here. All right. Yay, I'm up. Celebrate. All right, friends. This is how this is going to go. So my name is Darlene. I am with Featherweight Doctor in the beautiful Pacific Northwest. I have my awesome daughter / executive producer on the other side of me. We are both coming to you from Redmond, Washington. This is where Featherweight Doctor is headquartered. We are literally in the basement of my house. It's pretty exciting here in the basement of the house. Hi, Sunny, over on YouTube. All right, so we have a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. This is the show where I answer viewer questions for people, and we've had a lot of viewer questions, so which I super appreciate, by the way. So thank you for everybody for writing in, and I am going to. We have a list. Part of what we're going to talk about tonight is tension issues. It's not common. It's common that people are scared of tension issues on the Featherweight. There's no reason to be. These are simple machines. So we're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about thread behind the bobbin assembly. And then the question of changing the faceplate. Because I had that question today too, and I thought it was good to mention. So let me say hi to a few friends, and then we're going to get started with the show. Thank you so much for watching tonight. All right. Oh, Cindy's on. Hi, Cindy. And hello, Rhonda from North Dakota. Thanks for joining us. Okay, let's see here. So Angel is on from Houston. Hello, my sweet. Thanks for joining us. Elizabeth's on from Indiana. Leanne is on. She's from Georgia. She's a new viewer. Everybody say hi. She is going to be joining me on my Featherweight maintenance class here in a few weeks. I have a virtual class coming up. Just a quick little side plug. If anybody's looking for a virtual class to be able to tune in and find out how to take care of your vintage beauties, Mel and Joe are on. You must be away from home because Navarre, Florida is not where you live. So you must be on the motorhome. Are you guys on another diving trip? Judy P is on. Hello. Lynn's on from Tennessee. Lisa Meadows from Arizona. Hello, my friend. I hope you are good. Odie's on from Oregon. Debbie's on from Kentucky. Bernadette is on from Canada. Hi, Bernadette. Kathleen is on. Hello, hello. I did have a nice Mother's Day. It was not the Mother's Day I thought I was going to have, but it was still lovely nevertheless. Nancy is on from Lake Stevens. Lawrence is on from Ohio. Susan Woods Long is on. Hello, Susan. Thanks for joining us. Joanne's on from Mississippi. Oh, Nancy from Lake Stevens says hi to you too, sweetheart. Jinjin's on. Kathy. Hi, Kathy. My friend right here from Redmond, Washington. Franny's on. Did you guys think, Franny, you took the words right out of my house. She says, hello, hope you had a wonderful Mother's Day. And that wonderful Mother's Day salute Ray put on the Facebook. Wasn't that sweet? I didn't even know she was doing that. She had me crying before I was even out of bed because my daughter is so sweet. I'm a lucky lady. Hi, Bonnie. Thanks for joining us. Bonnie Pelton. Elizabeth, yes, you're a YouTube trader. I see that. Oh, good, Cindy. You're on your way home to Michigan. Fabulous. All right. She's been traveling, Cindy and Jen. Hinkle. Okay, Noretta is here from Iowa. Hello. We have Charlene. Names rhyme. I can say that. Darlene and Charlene. From Minnesota. MN is Minnesota, right? I'm terrible with the states. Jean is on from Texas, Austin, Texas, to be exact. Hello, Fran. Lordy's on. And Janelle from Michigan. Hello, Pam Green from Louisiana. Sandy Reese from Maine. Sandy, are you still homeless? Have you found a house yet? Oh, we are trying to. Oh, Mel said she's trying to dive, but the weather's awful. Weather is perfectly wonderful up here, Mel. Oh, good. Lisa got a rubber band. Fabulous. Kathy Klein's on from Illinois, too. Okay, good Lord. We got to get started because I have got a lot of stuff to talk to you tonight. So, one of the reasons why my weekend went a little differently, it wasn't bad, but it was just different. I had a client come in from on a RV trip for the weekend, and she was just needed to run down some stuff on her motor and her machine, and it turned out that the machine was in need of some repair, which then my husband and I spent a good hunk of the day on Saturday and some on Sunday getting it fixed up for her so she could get on her RV and leave on Sunday to head to her next location. So one of the things, there was a couple things that were, we'll say, quirky about the machine, but one of them was tension. And so I really thought, hi Bonita, thanks for joining us over on YouTube in Southwest Wisconsin. I really thought that everybody could benefit a little bit from a refresher course on tensioning the featherweights, just given the fact that this particular machine was, everybody's thanking me for the rubber bands. You guys are welcome. If you're watching this later, Annie from Lake Taps, I'm sending you one out today too. I got your very sweet letter in the mail today, so that's awesome. I just thought everybody would benefit from a little bit of a refresher course on tensioning these little cutie pies. We're also going to talk about, Odie messaged me earlier. She's got some thread behind the bobbin assembly, and she is nervous about it. So I don't want her to be nervous about it. We're gonna dispel the myth that these machines should make you nervous at all. So we're gonna talk about that. Ray's gonna do some hand holding camera stuff for me. Yes, but we're looking for houseware. Okay. Good. Oh, you're welcome for your band too, Miss Sandy Reese. Okay, let's talk about tension. So, some symptoms that your machine might be out of tension. So your threads, when you look at the fabric, your top and bottom of your fabric, you should see individual stitches. If it looks like the thread is just lying flat and then there's the cross loops from the bottom, chances are your upper tension is too tight, potentially your bottom tension too low. Vice versa, if the thread does not look like individual stitches on the back, it's because your bobbin thread is too loose or your upper tension is too loose, bottom tension too tight. It's inverted. So one of the things that I really, really like about the featherweights is there's only two possibilities when it comes to tension issues: the bobbin tension or the upper tension. Another sign that you're having a tension problem is you're skipping stitches, or you could be getting looping either on the bottom or the top. Again, another sign that there is a tension problem. If you're getting looping underneath from the top thread, chances are you do not. Looping signifies that there's no tension on the top of the machine. So if you did thread your machine up and you thought you got it through the tension plates, which I affectionately call the hamburger buns, chances are you missed the tension plates altogether, and so the tensioner is not doing anything, which is why you're getting these big loops underneath. So what I do when I start to identify tension, just address tension problems in general, is I go to our bobbin tension testers that we have on our website. They're little $7 things that will save your life and you from pulling out your hair if you're frustrated with your machine's tension. It is a little, it's actually a postage scale is what it is, a rudimentary postage scale from back in the day when they didn't have digital things. Half of this of the scale is in ounces and the other half is in grams. You are only interested in the gram weights, not the ounces. So what you do is you use this little device. I'm going to show you how to use it here in a second. And once you know that your bobbin tension is totally dialed in and you are still having tension problems, then you know that your tension is messed up through the upper tension assembly because you have removed one of the variables out of the equation. You know your bobbin tension is right because you have used the scale to be able to tension it properly. So let's talk about that first. Oh, Beth. Hi, Beth. I talked to your friend today, Kathy, that was at the retreat. She loves her 1961 Featherweight. What's my needle size on the Featherweight, Beth, is, because I do a lot of quilting with quilters cottons, is 75/11s. It's the Schmetz quilting needle 75/11s. Okay. Oh, I'm caught on my machine. Okay. So here is the tension tester. I thought I would show you on the close-up here how to, the close-up camera. I thought I would show you how to use this. So what I'm going to do, if you have a Sharpie, I would recommend taking your Sharpie and making a little line on the scale in between 20 and 25. That is the ideal gram weight, between 20 and 25. Hi, Mary Carnes. Thanks for joining us in Kansas. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the little alligator mouth and you're going to clip it onto the thread as it's coming out of the bobbin assembly. And then very carefully, without your fingers impeding the movement of the rotation of the bobbin in the assembly, you're going to tug. And right now I'm reading that I'm getting about 40 grams of pressure when I'm tugging. Technically speaking, that's too tight. So the right tool makes any job easier. This is the smallest screwdriver in our screwdriver sets. So here I'm going to go to the bobbin assembly. Here the thread is coming out of the little the forked snake's tongue at the top of the bobbin. The screw, there's two screws on here. The screw closest to where the snake's tongue and the thread comes out is the screw that you adjust. Think 5 minutes on the clock at a time. So minimal adjustment. So because I was at 40 and I want to be more like 20, 25, I'm going to take my little screwdriver here and go lefty-loosey about 10 minutes on the clock. Then I'm going to try it again. Yep, that worked out. Oh, it went a little too much. So again, 10 minutes on the clock was too much. I'm going to go up to take away 10 minutes here, or 5 minutes. Perfect. All right. So that is how you use this little doohickey, little bobbin tension tester. There's another video on YouTube. I'll have Ray link it here on how to use this thing. It's about a 3-minute video on our YouTube page. If you want another refresher course, if you don't happen to have yours out right now. So anyway, this is the best little tool that will save your tail. So now I know my bobbin is tensioned properly because I have it at the right gram weight. If you are still having problems, you know it has to be this upper tension assembly. And if you've never taken it apart, I kind of recommend you have a resource before you start opening it. Here in the book that we carry on the website, the Featherweight and I, Mr. McCullum's book, Odie, it's 20 to 25 grams. 28 would probably still not be horrible, but the exact right number is 22.5, but there's only 2 lines, one at 20 and one at 25. So that's the acceptable margin of error. So in here, it talks about the sequence in which the upper tension assembly comes apart. I have found over the years that these have been disassembled and reassembled, and sometimes people know what they're doing and sometimes people don't know what they're doing. If you have there's a video on our YouTube channel that talks about how to put together the pre-war upper tension assemblies that do not have any numbers on them. So that's my husband in that video. It's a really well viewed video. I highly recommend that to make sure that your tension assembly is set up right. Anyway, the upper tension assembly, if it's properly calibrated, your tension should sit between 3 and 4. If it's not properly assembled, then it could be all over the place. So again, the book talks about the quick tension method. We're students of Mr. McCollum, so we try to use his techniques whenever possible. And maybe that would be something we could do on a future disassembling the upper tension assembly, because that is kind of there's a lot of little pieces in there and you need to make sure everything goes back together properly. If you have your manual, if you have your service manual, or if you have Mr. McCollum's book, the diagram is in there, how the order of the parts that need to go back together. So that is tension. That's the quick and easy tension. If you're having specific problems and you've gone through and tensioned your bobbin and your upper tension doesn't appear to be doing anything, please call the shop. I don't want you to be frustrated. I'm very happy to talk you through things on the phone and get on camera with you if I need to. All right. Jen says, what about the rubber band on the winder? I have a stand alone and it has some slipping over the weekend. Does that go on the bobbin? Yeah, the little rubber band that I sent out, Jen, goes on that little nub that sticks out of the sidewinder to help take up space in, because the featherweight bobbin, the inside diameter is just slightly big. It doesn't fit on that sidewinder snugly. So adding the little rubber band to it helps it have a tighter connection. Hi, Missy. Thanks for joining us. All right. That's tension. Let's talk about thread behind the assembly. Odie, who is a good friend of ours here online. Ray, how are we going to do this? I know what I'll do. So the easiest way to remove thread, in my opinion, go ahead and go to the lower camera, is to remove the bottom cover, actually. Morticia's never had her drip pan changed. Shame on me. Goodness. This is my black side, my factory black side from 1941, and she still has the original drip pan. So the easiest way to look for thread, Odie, is to take the bottom cover off, and you can see this hole right here underneath. You want to have a flashlight in your hand, and again, right tool, any job easier. I use these serrated hemostats. They have some grooves in here, so when you have to grab the thread, try not to grab the thread up and down like this. Try to grab it like this, because then those serrated teeth really get a hold of it. You want to make sure your bobbin is actually out of the assembly, your bobbin casing, when you do this. And then what you're going to do is you're going, with your light shining in here, you're going to roll this around until you can see the thread. And once you can get a hold of the thread, Odie, you actually have to roll the hand wheel in a reverse to undo it. So this is the easiest way to get thread out of the assembly, is with the hemostats and from the underside. If you still are seeing thread and you can't fish it out of here, you have to take this bobbin assembly off, and that requires a phone conversation between you and I to get it back on right. Because there's a very specific way to get this back on, and you don't want to just willy-nilly start taking it off and not knowing how it goes back on. All right, we can go back up here. So that is the easiest way to take thread out from behind the bobbin. How does thread get behind the bobbin? What a great question, Darlene. So the thread, when you are sewing with the machine and the machine is going forward in that the hand wheel is going over the top towards you, you're great. The minute that you start to rock this hand wheel this way, or even worse, roll it backwards, like if you shot past a pivot point where you wanted to turn a corner, that is when you get yourself into trouble. That's when thread wraps behind the assembly. Chances are you can fish it out without too much trouble. A thread jam would be like the machine was like totally stuck. That has also happened. So just never roll the machine backwards to get back to a place where you thought you wanted to turn and you missed it. If you need to back the machine up, put the machine in reverse. So take the thread or the machine regulator lever on the front of the machine and put it all the way in the full up position, and the machine will roll backwards, but you're still rolling the hand wheel the proper direction, which is over the top. So that is how the easiest way, Odie, I hope that helps you, to get thread out from behind your bobbin assembly. The last question is actually kind of an easy one that came in from a new client that is in Ohio. She bought a beautiful new featherweight, what I call a post-war featherweight. So it has that, it's called the modern retro faceplate, which is the ones with the linear lines on it. I kind of think it looks like a car grill, actually. But she really wanted, she loves the machine, she loves the speed of the machine, the cadence of the machine, but she really wanted a machine that had that beautiful scrolly faceplates like the pre-wars had, and she was asking me my thoughts on changing the faceplate. So this is exactly my thought. It's your machine. If you want the pretty scrolly faceplate on a non-era specific machine, go for it. Don't get rid of your original faceplate. You should try to keep all the original parts together. However, there's nothing wrong with putting a non-era specific faceplate on, a faceplate from 1934 on a 1961. Just make sure you keep the original. That way, since these machines were engineered to last forever, the chances are very good that they're going to land in someone else's house at some point, and just so that that person has all the original parts on it. That's what's important. If that scrolly, beautiful faceplate makes you happy, then you do you. Hi, Blue Diva. So Blue Diva is my a friend that is over in UK. Thanks for joining us. I loved your comment on my video. I'm so thankful that you found the page also, and that you are so consistent to join us each time we're on camera. It's very sweet, and we love to have regular viewers, so that's awesome. Hey, Pauline in Texas, thanks for joining us. Okay, Odie said, I guess I need to buy hemostats. They are available on the website if you want to buy them from me, or you can buy them from any medical store too. Mine are not special or specific to the featherweights. They're just regular medical grade serrated hemostats. I am in there, but it's going to have to come apart. There's a thread. Oh, okay. So, Odie, if your thread is between the two metal plates, you might have to take that assembly out, and then you and I need to have a sidebar on putting it back in. Okay, it might just involve removing that little teeny tiny screw. It's called the jib hook screw, in order to get the notch plate out of the assembly. If you start to get that deep into it, you need to make sure you have some kind of a towel underneath you, because that little baby little jib hook screw, you'll never find that if it goes flying off the table. So be careful. Oh my gosh, you're funny. All right. Hi, Kathy Nix from Richland, Missouri. Thanks for joining us. All right. Kathleen in SoCal would like to know, where would you even get another faceplate? So that's actually a really good question. So I sell the regular post-war, the serrated lined ones. Every once in a while, I get my hands on an extra scrolly faceplate one. I think I had the last one I had sold today, but every once in a while I get one, and I just sell them for what they sell on eBay, which is about $100. Oh, hi, Jocelyn. Thanks for joining us. I'm glad you caught us live. Yay. You're welcome, Patricia. Thanks for joining us. All right. So if you're interested in getting the scrolly faceplate, you can check eBay, or you can email me at info at featherweightdoctor.com. And when I happen to get one, because every once in a while I get one, you'd be the first one to get the call. So there you go. All right, friends. Well, I told you we had a good agenda today. If I didn't get to your question, or if you had another question come up, please feel free to email me at the shop. I do this show every Monday, and we usually talk about something fun. Next time I'll be on is Wednesday. I'm on every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 4 o'clock Pacific time. Wednesday show. Oh, I'm pretty excited about Wednesday's show because my buddy Alicia's going to be back on. Therese, that's okay if you're late. I'll give you a pass. But you should go back and watch the earlier part of this because we talked a lot about tension stuff with the featherweights. It was good. Oh, good. Jocelyn said, I just cleaned my new to me 221. It worked perfectly before. Now tension is too loose. Jocelyn, did you move anything on tension, or did your thread on the upper, did you get your threads through the hamburger buns? The tension plates towards the back of the upper assembly are where the thread needs to feed through those tension plates. They kind of look like hamburger buns to me, so that's what I call them. Oh no! Everybody, if you're sipping, take a drink. Elizabeth just ran out of bobbin thread. Franny Bolden wants to know, oh, real quick before I get to Franny's question. So pin tuck attachment, Alicia, Wednesday, 4 o'clock Pacific. It should be fun. We're both scared to death of this attachment. So all of my sewist friends on here are going to be like, come on, Darlene. Nothing to be scared of. Franny wants to know what my favorite thread is. I actually use Aurifil quite a bit in my featherweights. I know that there's stigmatism to using Aurifil in the featherweights, but honestly, I don't generally have any trouble. The machine over the weekend did not like Aurifil. Did not like Aurifil. So what I usually use in lieu of not using Aurifil is a 50 weight polyester low sheen, low lint thread called So Fine, and it's made by Superior Threads. I have every thread in the whole line. I use it in my long arm, I use it in my Bernina, and I use it in all of my featherweights with a thread stand. It's awesome. Let's see, got a phone call, so I have to rewatch. Okay. All right, Jean, rewatch. If you have any other questions, Jean, you can call me. I do a 50 weight, Franny. You can do a 40 weight, but the featherweights prefer a 50 weight. The pin tuck. Odie, I don't have the foot with me. I'll take a picture of it for the show. And Guterman's is not bad thread either, Sandy Reese. I like Guterman's also. Rhonda in North Dakota says, I think I might need to invest in a bobbin scale. It's fun. Blue Diva thinks that pin tuck foot also looks scary. You've used your pin tuck attachment, Cindy, 3 times, or your tension scale? Oh, thanks, Beth. Beth says, I love the thread stand you have in your shop. Do you know that they had some kind of a logistics thing at Superior, because the thread stand that we carry is the acrylic one, and it kind of folds down for portability reasons. But they are out of stock, and I can't even get any more of them until May 21st. I have people waiting. Soline thread. Oh, you like Soline thread? I haven't tried Soline thread yet. Oh, Cindy, yes. Those tension scales are an invaluable little $7 tool, for sure. My featherweights are not fussy about... I have never seen a machine like this machine this past weekend with it being fussy. The minute I took the Aurifil off the top of the spool and I threw my So Fine into the cone thing, the skipping stitches almost stopped completely. I've never seen it before. Hi, Connie from North Carolina. Your little baby's on her way to you, girl. You'll have to let me know when she arrives. All right. You think it's hard to thread the machine, Franny, with the 40 weight thread because it's thicker? The 40 weight thread is thicker than the 50 weight thread. Oh, is that what the problem is, Cindy? The plastics come from China? Well, it's been a situation, I can assure you. I've had people eyeballing mine on the show, and I'm like, oh no. The featherweight doctor needs one. All right, guys. Thanks so much for getting on with me for a few minutes. Look at me. I'm smiling. You made my day. I will see everybody on Wednesday at 4 o'clock for the pin tuck attachment with Alicia from Featherweight 38. And then Friday, of course, the Sip and Sew, my favorite night of the week. We'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great night, everybody.